it's the crew.
Yo, what's poppin', Crew Nation? You already know who it is, what it is, and what we do, baby. It is your boy Jay, and today we're talking about the ladies of CHH. Christian hip hop, for those of you all who don't know. We've got a lot of new subscribers. This is what we talk about. We talk about Christian hip hop. You know, I've constantly said that Christian hip hop is about 5 years behind mainstream hip hop. And it's a little bit, that's a known fact, but it may not be that as much. I think it might be around 3.5 now. And if you don't believe me, look at the landscape of Christian hip hop right now. We are just now getting comfortable with making drill records. It has recently been leaked by the GOAT himself that Drill Cray has been unlocked. So anytime that the GOAT gets on something, you know that is a trend that is about to become even bigger within Christian hip hop. Not saying that he is the first. We've seen plenty of people do small drill records or have drill records done, yet it still isn't, Christian hip hop isn't saturated with drill records the way that mainstream hip hop is. And as mainstream kind of moves to this, I like to call it trap dance music, right? It's still drill, but it's not necessarily like the drill music content, because we know when we talk about people like Favi, Pop Smoke, Chief Keef, Chef G, different ones like this, we know that the content of a drill record is very grimy, right? But the music that is out now still has the drill aura, the drill trap drums, yet it's for TikTok, right? It's all made so these kids can dance, right? That's the popular music right now. And a lot of times the songs that are going viral, they don't even go viral on TikTok for being regular, right? The original records aren't even going viral. It's the sped up versions that are used for TikTok. Okay? I'm saying all of this to say that as Christian hip hop is now starting to get more comfortable making drill records, and I'm guessing we're going to start seeing these a little bit more prevalently now, we're behind by about 3.5 years, because mainstream hip hop, while drill is still very popular, is moving more to this trap, drill, dance type music, this TikTok music, right? Nothing wrong with it. I love it. Too Rare is really becoming super popular off of this, right? You got people like NLE Choppa trying to make this type of music now. This is not the music that he was making, but that's not what we're talking about. I'm just trying to paint the picture of how Christian hip hop stays behind the wave a little bit. And I don't know what that comes from. I don't know if they kind of want to see if the fans accept it, because y'all know the type of fans we got in Christian hip hop, man. Y'all know we got still the fans do not look like what 80% of the Christian hip hop artists look like. 80% of the Christian hip hop artists are black. 80% of the Christian hip hop fans are white. It just is what it is. Shouts out to Christian hip hop media, because the Christian hip hop media mirror the artists a lot more. But that's neither here nor there. So when I say that I want to talk about the ladies of Christian hip hop, it is because I believe that we are finally about to get to this point where not only will they continue to stack up these W's, because they've been doing this, they are going to get more prime real estate within Christian hip hop. And this has never been the case. Within Christian hip hop, it has always been one woman sets the standard, and can only be considered the top of the femcs within Christian hip hop. Again, the reason why I say that we are about 3.5 years behind, 5 years behind mainstream hip hop is because that was the case in mainstream hip hop at once, right? At one point, right? Lil' Kim, Queen B, right? Foxy Brown, like, Queen Latifah. Like, we had those that really could rap, but there was only one or two. There was really only one that received that mainstream push until Nicki had her run. Now we have Nicki, the queen. We have Megan Thee Stallion. We have Bit Lotto, Big Glow, Doja. We have plenty of women, and I'm just naming a few. Not to mention people like Rhapsody who really can rap, right? Not saying that the other women can't, because Nicki got bars for days. Lotto has bars, but I'm just saying that, Rhapsody doesn't get the look because she's not pushing the look, if you understand what I'm saying. But regardless of the fact, we are now in this place where women receive a lot of the push, and they are in the front and being in these conversations of being huge stars. And it's more than just one woman at the top. And it's been this way for at least the past 5 years, maybe even longer. Like I said, the top three, Nicki, Megan, and Cardi, right? And now, I believe that in 2023, we are going to start seeing this mainstream push within Christian hip hop. This Christian hip hop mainstream push of the ladies. You think about the people that we have. Now, people are going to say Wande. And that's the very easy answer because she is the first lady of Reach Records, right? Reach Records set the standard by signing her. We had a huge conversation in Christian hip hop about women not being signed and women being pushed, but Reach Records signed Wande. Then God Over Money signed AI The Anomaly. But it still was it can only be one. Yeah, AI can rap, but Wande is that one, right? But as time started to move along, and I believe that this had a lot to do with Wande hooking up with BYOD, Wande started getting more and more placements and being more and more visible. We're talking about being on Michelle Obama's playlist. We're talking about getting Apple placements. And when we talk about making bops, that is what Wande does. Now, the talent that we have had has been here, and I believe that we're at a point that they will no longer be ignored. Portia Love is one of my favorite of the ladies doing this thing that we call Christian hip hop because she was not afraid to be authentically herself. And she truly personified righteous and ratchet music. It's my favorite genre within the space. Full on Detroit. Linked up with Wande. And now they, at the top of the year, has one of the biggest placements that we've seen in recent memory, where they just got a placement with Free Ridge. Netflix's own Free Ridge is a spinoff of On My Block. And they got the placement for that announcement trailer. But if you've been paying attention, it's not just them, because people say, oh, well, it's just, but it's not. TK Lee just got a placement on Black Ink Crew. The Kid Lee, seemingly Kid Lee just jumped out of nowhere. She got a record with Quavo. Now, obviously, this was before what she's doing now, but she has a record with Quavo. And the talent is undeniable with the women in this space. And I believe that we're at a point that they will no longer be considered an afterthought. We are finally at the place that mainstream hip hop was about 5 years ago. There will no longer just be one woman at the top. They are the ones who truly understand there's room for us all. And I believe that this stems from the fact that they know that it was just Jackie. They know that it was just Natalie Lauren, aka Susie Rock. Even when we had dope people like a Angie Rose, who's still active, shouts out to Angie, and a Butter P, it was still only one talked about at the time, and that is no longer the case. And as these W's continue to pile up, I believe that that will no longer be the case. There is far too much talent. And as I stated, because Christian hip hop is a subgenre of hip hop, it is the stepbrother of hip hop, and any trends and fads that happen within hip hop finds its way to trickle down into Christian hip hop, and that is not always a bad thing. I personally just wish that we didn't wait so long to do these things, because as hip hop moves on, we tend to get kind of left behind, or we watch to see if it's going to work and if it's going to stick. And again, we kind of run it by the fans of Christian hip hop to see if they're going to, be receptive to it. But it looks like we're here now. 1K Phew knows something that we don't know. He was just recently spotted at the top of the year, or maybe it was around December, where he had all the ladies, including media personnel, the women in Christian hip hop and media, all link up. What was that about? I don't know, but I believe something special is going to come. Now, we saw Fizzle try to do something like this. He released a project called Girl Code. It was back, he, Sun Lee. I believe Natalie Lauren was supposed to be on it, but she wasn't on the project. But it was a lot of dope femcs on that project. And it came and it went. But the difference now is, as I stated in the beginning, these women cannot be denied. When you have people like a Ty Lin, who can truly rap with the best of them, who can go in and out of the rapping bag and then to the R&B bag and to the rapping bag again, this makes for a problem, and a good one at that. Shouts out to all the women of CHH. When you have somebody like an Aaron Knight breaking down doors and barriers, coming through and stirring up the entire Christian hip hop genre and helping make that Holy Smoke Festival a reality. What did y'all expect to happen? I gotta admit, I'm happy about this. And I just want y'all to know, y'all may want to pay attention to the women of Christian hip hop. Because pretty soon, they will no longer be ignored. This is why Reach Records continues to place an emphasis on having more and more women a part of the Reach Records playlist. I don't think it'll be much longer before everybody sees it. But why don't you all let me know what you all think? Hit that like button, hit that red subscribe button, put it in the comments. Let me know who are some of your favorite FMCs in the game. Are you guys excited about this? That's not a question. Rhetorical. Y'all better be. You already know who it is, what it is, and what we do, baby. It's your boy Jay, and it's on.